Inflation is a burning issue, and Rachel Reeves is determined to tackle it head-on. But how exactly does she plan to reduce the cost of living crisis and its impact on UK households? Let's dive into the potential strategies and their implications. The cost of living crisis, a growing concern. After 3 long years, the cost of living crisis continues to take a toll on UK residents. And it's not just about the economy. It's about people's lives and livelihoods. Reeves understands the urgency, especially with the upcoming budget, and the need to address rising costs. A range of policies. Mitigating inflation. Reeves has promised a comprehensive set of policies to bear down on inflation. These policies aim to counteract negative headlines about potential tax rises and address the root causes of inflation. But here's where it gets controversial. How exactly does she plan to achieve this delicate balance? Tackling energy prices, a potential solution. One of the key strategies being considered is cutting VAT on energy. With energy prices soaring post-Ukraine invasion, millions of households are struggling financially. Gas prices, though lower than their peak, remain significantly higher than pre-2020 levels. Reducing the VAT charge on energy could save households an average of £83 per year on their bills. This move is especially beneficial for low-income households, who spend a larger portion of their income on energy. Fuel duty-frees, a double-edged sword. Another potential strategy is freezing fuel duty. While this may seem like a straightforward solution, it's not without its complexities. Fuel duty has been frozen in successive budgets since 2012, and this year's budget looks set to follow suit. However, some economists argue that with oil prices at a 4-year low, the Chancellor has an opportunity to add a small amount to pump prices without significantly harming household incomes. On the other hand, freezing fuel duty could send the wrong message to hard-pressed families. Winners and losers, a complex equation. The Social Market Foundation, an economic think tank, suggests that the fuel duty freeze and cuts have cost the Treasury significantly over the years. They argue that the bottom fifth of earners receive a smaller proportion of the savings compared to the top fifth. So, while it may provide some relief, it's not an equitable solution. Transport fares, a delicate balance. Train and bus fares are also in the spotlight. With train fares expected to rise by 5.8% next year, Reeves could restrict this increase and freeze or cut bus fare caps. While this may gain public sympathy, it's important to consider the potential impact on the Treasury's coffers. Public sector pay, a delicate balance. Reeves aims to raise living standards by bringing down inflation, but this is a challenging task. The Consumer Prices Index, CPI, has more than doubled in the last year, and pay growth in the public sector has outpaced that of the private sector. Last year's public sector pay settlements, which were above inflation, have had unintended consequences, including pushing up prices and eating into the Treasury's funds. There are pay disputes brewing across various sectors, and Reeves needs to navigate these carefully to avoid a repeat of last year's situation. Private sector wage growth is falling rapidly, and financial markets are looking for the Chancellor to address welfare issues, not just through cuts but by reducing disincentives for young people to enter the workplace. Tax changes, a political minefield. Cuts to income tax, national insurance, or VAT would be extremely costly and could force the Chancellor to raise funds through unconventional and potentially problematic methods. Any increase in these taxes would also come at a high political cost, given Labour's manifesto pledge not to touch them. However, the Resolution Foundation has suggested a potential solution. A 2p cut from employee national insurance, offset by an increase in income tax for richer households. This approach aims to raise funds more fairly, considering that national insurance has a liability cap, while income tax is paid by all income groups. Conclusion: a complex web of decisions. Rachel Reeves has a challenging task ahead, and her decisions will have far-reaching implications. The strategies she chooses will impact not just the economy but also the lives of UK residents. It's a delicate balance, and we await the upcoming budget to see how she plans to navigate these complex issues. What do you think? Are there any strategies you'd like to see implemented? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.